friends. In this video, I will share about my experience in Vuram technology, written test and technical and HR interview. I am going to share now what you want to do and what you don't need to do, and what are the questions asked for me, how I answered for it. In Uram, the job description was associate technical consultant. They used the platform called Force Now Query, and for test for Google Meet. It's for interview, technical and HR interview. They used Google Meet. Salary package is 4.5 lakh per annum. After that, they mentioned that if we selected, they will give 6 month training. We are in training paid for 6 months. Branches are CSE, IT, triple EC and EIE. Percentage minimum you have to secure 70% in 10th and 12th. 7 CGPA is must. We have in Uram technology there is 4 rounds. First round is written. Second round is technical interview level 1. After that level 2. After that HR. Each round is an elimination round. First, I have written round. After shortlisted from that, I move on to further rounds. In written round, you can see there is 3 section for me. First one is aptitude plus technical. It contains 50 question for 60 minutes. In aptitude there is logical, quantitative aptitude, verbal, everything is there. It is like simple only. We can solve it in ourselves, but difficulty level is somewhat medium, I would say. Technical MCQs also it from our subject only, can easily able to choose which is the correct option. You first you need many practice regarding this section A. Why? Because there is somewhat a repeated question. If which platform they are using, you can notice that and practice repeated question on that platform. um, Once you can practice through that, question will be definitely came from those pattern only. Some questions will be in similar pattern, some questions exactly same options, everything will be same. So it is useful once you practice that questions. Then I move on to section B. This is essay writing. One question they have given, like for me it came college facilities. Explain about your college facilities. Okay, I don't have to browse this, right? We know our college, what it has, what facilities are there, what we like, what we don't like. So I write about my college, like it is ensure safety. These facilities are here, like that I written that. I didn't use any difficult vocabulary or anything. In essay writing you have to note one point. You no need to use any backspace or delete button, because it will count in backward. Okay, if you press backspace 2 times means your score will be reduced according to that. So you don't need to press backspace or delete button in essay. Fine. After that, in essay you have to note it down. There is no any spelling mistakes, because if we write in notepad or if we write it in a PowerPoint or a Microsoft Word, it will suggest us with some red underline if the word is right or wrong. We can press right click and choose if it is what is the right word, if any spelling mistakes or that. But in essay writing, there is only one text box. You need to type whatever it is. There is no any underline mark or no any word suggestion. So you have to be conscious. At the time, you have to be fast, because you need to type 200 words or 250 words within 15 minutes. Okay, so you need some practice. Practice it by picking up random essay topic and type it in Microsoft Word or Notepad. Okay, it will helps you to solve this essay writing question. Another thing you have to note it down, don't think too much vocabulary and all. Just use simple words, whatever having in your mind, convey it in English words, that's it. Don't need to use any difficult vocabulary. Why? Because I will say it in later. Okay. um, that's about, if they are asking 200 words means you need to give only up to 150 words or 190 words or exactly 200 words, it's your wish, but you need to give some maximum words. Okay, this is all about essay writing. The what's the tips you have to remember means there is no any spelling mistake, no any delete or backspace click. Okay. Then you must ensure that if you put comma or full stop or question mark, you have to give some space after that. Clicking dot, then one space after that you have to start new word. Why? Because in Microsoft Word you can note it down, it will give some error underline if you type dot immediately a, immediately alphabet means. Okay, so make note of that things. That's all about essay writing. Okay, you can easily solve that, easy topic only it will come. In section C, I got two programs for coding. It's in simple coding questions. There is some platform like notepad only. There is no any compiler. There is just for essay writing they give one text box. No, likewise in coding also there is some text box. They mention that coding will be corrected manually. So there is no any test cases or no any compilers for coding. They give for me they give two programs. One is array difference, like we want to find difference between the each array elements and we have to add it out, some logic related to that they mentioned that. I write header file and variable declaration, main function, everything I write it down, but I didn't compile or run because there is no any platform. Just I check it out by manually. I run it and check it out if the output will be exactly same or not, that's it. And second program is like summing up the array elements with some logic. um, they mentioned everything and they give some input and output also. They will give some example like if we give input as 5 means we need output as 10. Likewise they will explain everything clearly, so you can able to solve this coding very easily. um, that's it. In written round I have this three sections. Time is according to me it's enough, but for section A only we need some fast calculations. Okay. um, okay, fine. For essay writing you need some more practice and all. This is my written round. After that they declared 2 days after, I think so. After that they shortlisted um, some students and send it to our placement cell. Then I got my name there for technical interview level 1. Here according to technical interview you have to be strong in your subjects. Okay. I'm from CSE, so basics of every subject what we studied in our academics, it should be clear. Very very basics it should be clear. Then definitely we can solve this technical interview. um, what's the important thing means we have to consider some browse some questions like technical interview questions for CSE, like that we have to browse means they will give some questions, we have to be thorough with those questions. Okay. You can just browse it down and pick up on question, you can answer by yourself. Okay. And don't think it is right or wrong because you are answering to yourself. Okay. Practice. If you are okay with your answer, proceed, or else you can read it out and learn that question, what will be the exact answer, how can we answer for this question, like that. Don't skip any question which will be you are seeing in internet. Okay. In Instagram also there is so many pages, they often post technical interview questions like in 2 lines how we answer what is operating system, what is Unix, like that. We can practice it more. Okay, we know the answer for technical interviews, but what's the problem means, when they are asking at that time it won't come in our mouth. Okay, it will blabbering there. We know that, but in nervousness we can unable to answer properly. So you have to practice, practice, practice. For example, if they are asking what is encapsulation, we all know about this. In first year itself we all learn it. But when interviews are asking, we know the concept, but we don't have words to express. How to express, we don't know. Okay, for this only we need practice. We want to we want to practice several times how to answer for that question. Like, what is encapsulation, we can say wrapping up data into a single unit. That word should be coming to in your mind when the interviewer asking the question. Okay, this all things will came in practice only. In technical interview they asked first, tell me about yourself. Before going to interview you must be prepared with this answer, because it is the most common question. 99% of interviewers will ask this question definitely. So prepare your tell me about yourself properly, and practice it many more. uh, Tell to your friends, or tell to your faculties, and ask them to correct it where you are making mistakes, like that. And tell me about yourself. What's the thing means, you don't need to greet, because when you are entering to interview itself, they will say good morning or good evening. You will say good morning or good evening. Then how are you, they will definitely ask. Then you will how are you ask. Then they ask tell me about yourself, then no need to say again good morning. Sure ma'am, sure sir, it's my pleasure to introduce myself, like that. You can start, what's your name, where are you from, then what's your college, what are you currently studying, and what's your CGPA. If your CGPA is more, you can mention it there. If it is low, don't need to mention, just say you are from this college only. After that you need to say something about yourself. um, what are you passionate about, like that you want to say. Then your soft skills. After that you need to mention some technical skills. If it is a technical interview, you might be informed before. You need to talk more about your technical skills. You have completed these certifications, participated in these hackathons, like that. Then you have to mention your internship and projects. After that, if you are any volunteer or any responsible person, you can mention that post also. Once completed, you can say thank you sir, thank you ma'am. That's it. This is about tell me about yourself. Prepare one tell me about yourself. Write it down in paper, or type it in notepad or notes. Then read it regularly, correct it, add or delete some points. Okay, practice it more. When they are asking, you have to say it in a flow. One thing you want to remember, it doesn't mean you are memorize and telling to them. Just go with the flow. Like, I am passionate about this, then this, like that. You have to go in a flow. No need to say you are memorizing and you have to tell everything at a time. Okay, this is all about tell me about yourself. After that questions, according to your tell me about yourself, the interview will goes on. Okay, so be conscious about it. Once your introduction is completed, they will pick question from that introduction only. What's the point, their mind will catch it out from your introduction, important points, that only they will try to ask a questions. So what you know, you can tell it in your introduction. If you don't know anything, don't mention it in introduction. Okay, I will prepare separate video for tell me about yourself. You can see that and make use of it. After it, they asked me to type two programs. What they said means, if you are okay with compiler, you can go for a online compiler, or take any notepad and type the program what I say, like that. They said okay sir, I will take notepad, like that I said. Then they asked me to share my screen. Interviews takes place in Google Meet only. So I share my screen, then I go for all programs and search it for notepad, open that. After opening only they give me the question. You have to get one input as a string. In that string, if alphabet is there, then you have to do nothing. If there is any numerical value, you have to sum out it and print the sum. Okay, input is a string. What are all the numericals are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6. What's the numerical are there? We have to add those numerical values and return the sum to output screen. They asked me to type it. I just start to type header file. They said no need to type header file, main function and all, just write a logic itself, it's enough, they said. Okay. You also know, if there is no compiler, I would suggest you to type your logic itself only, no need to type any header files. Logic I have typed declaring variable and getting input, output, some logic how to check the numerical values, everything. After that they said okay, good. Second program, twist in that. You have to sum the numericals when the numerical values are present in odd index, like that they said. Same program with some other twist. Second program is some other twist in first program. Again I changed the program somewhere else. What's the problem means, screen is in sharing, so there is a problem that we can't able to erase it many times and retype it many times. So first we have to calculate in our mind, after that only we have to type it in keyboard. So first I think where I want to change my program. After that I just simply deleting some lines and adding some lines. After that I completed, sir, like that I said. Sir said okay and asked some questions related to that, like why you are putting return 0, for main it is mandatory, like that they are asking. Int main I put it there. He asked if we give void main means what will happen, if I give int main means what will happen. Those questions are from what the program I typed, that self. Two program completed. After that they asked some oops and dbms questions. In dbms, they asked if I give one excel sheet related to that, in database there are several datas. You have to pick only certain values means what will you do, like that they ask. I will put a query related to where, somewhat I said. After that they came for oops. In oops they asked some basic concepts only. Oops concept only, encapsulation, abstractions, class and object, those stuffs and all. That's it, technical interview completed. After that it completed in 9 o'clock I think so. They asked me to go for level 2 interview, shortlisted some students and we go for level 2 interview. Level 2 interview, another HR. He also asked me about, tell me about yourself. I said same stuffs. After that they asking questions from my resume only. They asked me about certification I have done in blockchain. Asked me about how the blockchain you are learnt, what you learn. I mentioned on a workshop attended on blockchain. They asked some questions from that, what you learned from that workshop, how the title shoots for that workshop, like that. Resume is part is over. Then they asked me to give some logical explanation for a program. They asked me to write a program, but later no need to write a program, you just explain me the logic, how will you code for this program, like they asked. What's the question means, in theater there are several rows. You have to pick up only uh, two two rows, and second rows first member, and third rows third member, like that. They give some logic and asked me to explain how you will write a code for this. Then I give explanation to that. I didn't type any program or share my screen, just I orally explain my program. So you need some practice on this also. We can easily type the program, but we are not able to explain it properly in words. For example, if they are asking to find the Armstrong number, give me a logic explanation only, no need to type a program. They are asking means what you will say. You will say, first I have to declare some variable, then I want to cube the digits values, and I have to add those values. If the number is matched with that sum, then I will give this is a Armstrong number or this is a not Armstrong number. Likewise, you have to give logical explanation. So this also come through a practice. Take some random program and give some logical explanation for the coding. Okay. Then I successfully completed level 2 interview. After next day, I think same day afternoon, morning I completed level 2 interview. In afternoon I got mail for HR interview. HR interview, they asked me to introduce myself. Then basics discussion, like what you doing, what's your passion, like that. Then they asked me a question from essay. This surprised me, I didn't expect this. He asked that you have written your college is so safety and your college has these much facilities, how will you admire that, how will you ensure that, like that they are asking. Thank god I will write the essay by my own, there is no any difficult vocabulary word. I said earlier, no, in essay writing, we have to write by ourselves. If we write it any other also, no problem, but we must conscious about the words, because they are asking question from that. Um, I use some simple words only, so I say this will represent these points are like that. Then they go for my family, how many members are in your family, what they are doing, are they allow you to work, relocate, those questions are came. Then hobbies, what's your hobbies, what you spent in free time, like that they are asking. Then internships, what are the internships you are completed, they asked. What you learned from that, they asked. Then if we afford any internships, will your college will allow for you in your college time, like that they are asking some basic questions. That's it. After next day I got mail that I have selected. Yeah, this was my Vuram technology experience. I hope this will help you, and what the mistake you don't need to do, what you want to make yourself to improve. I think this will help you. Make use of this, and all the best for you guys. Do any interview and written test properly and do it well. Do it with a lot of confidence. Thank you so much.